Rahubat this is Ro again, back at it again with another video, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this week is kinda scary. We got full moon in Taurus on the same day that we have Mars opposite Uranus. These EBT cards, a lot happening, y'all. So we gonna find out what happens as time goes on, but just so you know, this is looking like some shit about to pop off. So let's get to it!
Cookie cutter pie, fuck a pan. 3D printer Glock, couple band. This a PC, it in my hand. Legal shooter, make them overstand. Half court, full court, state court, magistrate court, beat the light. Nigga, who is you? Cause I forgot hit the booth and I go cool, cockeright.
Energy themes of the week. Now, I feel like this week will start something that we can't take back. Kind of like last week was the moment right before you decide to smack somebody, and this week is where the smacking happens. Okay. Now, we can't take it back. Okay. And the consequences are going to consequences. This is kind of what it is. Consequences are going to consequence. I just have a feeling that this week is where things start to get progressively harder for people for an extended period of time. It's like we stepped into a wormhole and now we are traveling to the other side, not knowing where we are going and what it will look like once we get there. The split is here. This week is when I think we will start to really feel it. The sides have been picked. Where do you stand? Transit breakdown. November 2nd. While we are sleeping, Jupiter in Cancer trines Saturn in Pisces, causing a grand trine in the sky with Lilith. I'm kind of thinking this aspect can bring dark energy to the forefront, but not really in a negative fashion. Potentially in a more dark sexual way. Kind of like being semi-sexually liberated, but still having respect for tradition. I wouldn't be surprised if we heard something about the feminist movement this week or something about sex workers. Early in the AM, the moon conjunct Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. This is the first Neptune-moon conjunction in over 6 months. We may feel like we are in delusion city to the point that we take actions based upon false truths. Okay. I saw an article that said if these EBT cards are not turned back on, that this food crisis will be the worst since the Great Depression. Gosh, I hope y'all took heed and gathered some food, like I said last week, because self-preservation is a motherfucker. Like, it's crazy. Now, with Venus in Libra, Chiron in Aries, and Jupiter in Cancer creating a T-square with each other, you may get some slight deja vu. This aspect is similar to the one that we experienced on October 17th when we had the sun at this point where Venus is currently. The difference is that we may feel, instead of a certain trauma being illuminated, we may feel like we have healed somewhat from this trauma. Hopefully you did the work so you can more intensely experience this transit in a positive fashion. We may see some news about Mr. Bolton, Mr. Ukraine, and Mr. Putin today, and maybe Mr. USA today or tomorrow, right? As they were in the news on October 17th. We shall see. The moon does not move into Aries later on in the day. Move into Aries later on in the day, so you may see people's delusions be acted upon in an aggressive fashion. This aspect can cause people to act like babies when they don't get their way. This can be a dangerous aspect with these EBT cards not functioning correctly. Gosh, EBT is crazy. The last aspect is that the moon in Aries trines Mercury in Sagittarius, which can cause these baby-like emotions to now not only be acted on, but be verbalized. You may start hearing some people be chatty today, and they won't really be talking about nothing. I ain't talking about nothing. I ain't talking about nothing. On the flip side, if you have something you need to, the courage to say something to somebody, later on in the evening will be a good time to do it, as the fire in the sky can actually help you. November 3rd. Now we wake up and Mars is at 29 degrees of Scorpio. Now, if you rewind to October 29th when Mercury was at 29 degrees of Scorpio, we had some intense news come out. This aspect can make that news go super Hulk with war manipulation tactics. Today would be a good day to not be on social media, to avoid any potential psyop or mental games. Okay, with Mars at 29 degrees, it's also trining Neptune in Pisces, which can cause these mental games to have an addictive quality to them. Kind of like having Stockholm Syndrome, but on a global scale, okay? Now, Venus now in conjunct Saturn in Pisces, this causes a blind spot between our social prowess and our belief structures, okay? This may potentially cause people in social situations to really actually hold weight on issues that are not important, but that they may try to push on the population, which can be exacerbated with the energy of the T-square with Chiron and Jupiter still present. The moon in Aries comes into an inconjunct with the sun in Scorpio a few hours later. Then a few hours later, comes into an inconjunct with the south node. Gosh. This creates a loose finger of God in the sky. These aspects puts our feelings as the focal point. There is something to be unlocked that we're supposed to feel through and we are not consciously aware of. It's a subconscious thing. Okay. This is a good day to sit and meditate for like 30 minutes. We got to be able to hear the message. November 4th. We wake up wanting to swing on niggas. The moon is on Chiron in Aries, causing emotional trauma to resurface from the subconscious realm. People may be more short with you today because of their own bullshit. Give grace today as you would want grace extended to you if you were going through it. Now, don't tolerate disrespect, but you don't have to beat niggas' asses, right? Now, Venus and Libra will be opposing this aspect, so there may be saving grace present to help ease the pain. Now, let me tell you, this next aspect is like Mike Tyson punching a heavy bag. You know what I'm saying? And we are the heavy bag. Gosh. Today you may see some fights. Some people may scrap randomly. So, gosh. So Mars in Scorpio is opposed to Uranus in Gemini. Last week on the 29th, we had Mercury opposing Uranus in Gemini, which brought hella shit talking and hella gaslighting. This one is more like Flash just started to beat up on random niggas just for the fun of it. People are going to be on one a day, give or take a day, right? Maybe two. We could potentially hear nuclear war talks again. It's like we hear that bi-weekly at this point. But in all seriousness, though, Uranus is nuclear and Mars is the god of war. So pray for peace in the Middle East and around the globe. Because shit can go down at any point in this bitch. November 5th. Today is the full moon in Taurus, which is occurring right after the Uranus-Mars opposition. Bruh, it's like slightly scary for the markets. Like it's so this is a scary combination of aspects. Scorpio and Taurus are the financial signs, and Uranus opposite Mars can be nuclear war. Now, just because it's nuclear doesn't mean bad necessarily. It could be nuclear in a bullish sense, but I don't know. This is heavy. Maybe this is when tether crashes or gold crashes or the Japan carry trade unwinds. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. The market is about to move drastically. Super duper drastically. The full moon will be sextile the North Node in Pisces, so this day can feel super dreamy and synchronistic. This day or two time span, right? This day is going to change the trajectory on the planet. I feel something really huge occurring in this full moon, give or take a day, right? It's unsettling to my system, and I don't really know why. It just seems dangerous. I want to be able to give you all a better explanation on why, but this one is really just a feeling, y'all. I may be completely wrong, and I hope I am, but I don't like how it's set up. The opposition and then the full moon on the north, like sextile the North Node. Not a fan. November 6th. So early in the AM, Venus and Libra in conjunction Neptune and Pisces. Think delusional love, lawful illusions, and financial dreams. This aspect early at 29 degrees is potent, grand, and final. It can be extreme dreams, but it can get excessively dreamy to the point where we fall in love with our abusers, or we think that someone is helping us when they are really deceiving us. We got to really pay attention to matters of the heart today, as we can be easily tricked through a blind spot. Okay. What hurts even more about this is that the moon conjuncts Uranus and Gemini, that is opposed to Mars and Sagittarius. Gosh, this is another scary aspect to have. This is the population completely losing their minds and just fucking shit up. Okay, all types of fights and physical battles occurring. This seems like a dangerous day. It seems like some shit is about to pop off, real. Especially with the Venus Neptune in conjunct. I can see domestic violence occurring at massive rates or beefs about beliefs. Today can be dangerously loving, which is a crazy combination, especially right after the full moon in Taurus. We shall see. November 7th, Venus has just entered Scorpio. Love will feel deep. Love will feel strong. However, it can also be highly manipulative. Now, having this occurring right after yesterday's transits is slightly frightening. Gosh, to be honest, all week I've been feeling eerie about the transits. Not gonna lie to y'all, man. This Venus ingress is even in conjunct Uranus and Gemini. So there's a blind spot when it comes to love, beauty, finances, the laws that will smack us in the face abruptly. We won't be able to see it coming. If you are in a relationship that is abusive, this will not be a good time for you. It may not be a good time for you. Okay, this can be something really random occurring with someone who is already unhinged. Please be careful. If you're in an abusive relationship, leave. So the moon opposes Mercury in Sagittarius, which is stationing. This is a feeling of truth in tension with wild news. We understand the truth as a collective. However, the media is trying to show us the opposite of what we are feeling is occurring. This only intensifies later on in the day because the sun sextiles the north node in Pisces and the moon squares its nodes. This day is going to be super big. Massive fated shifts will be occurring. Things we can't avoid, really. We can't avoid it. Not only does Venus enter Scorpio, but it's also moving fast enough to hit 1 degree of Scorpio, which makes it square Pluto in Aquarius. Man, y'all, today is a fucking show. You hear me? Today is a whole ass movie. This aspect brings a type of coldness and detachment to love, probably because it's being manipulative. It also brings a dark power to healers, like using dark methods to heal the collective body, potentially using sex. I will be careful about sexual crimes, as this aspect is also occurring the day after that 29 degree in conjunction with Neptune. We shall see. We shall see. November 8th. Today we may feel a sense of deja vu as Uranus retrogrades back to 29 degrees of Taurus. It's a lot. This now takes in respect to the collective consciousness an unexpected, slow, and determined rebuilding of our values and finances. We may see the markets take another turn. We may also feel more naturally drawn to protecting our own assets, our own self-worth, and our own idea of ownership. I can see there's definitely being sudden food shortages, especially with the current EBT issue occurring. Potentially large-scale robberies may occur, especially for resources that we need to survive and those that make us look pretty, like jewelry stores, right? There may even be more news heard about heists that occurs at a famous museum or famous person's house, etc. With Uranus sextiling Neptune and Mars, this may also be a stealing of pharmacies or hospitals for medical equipment. This may seem very unnatural in the way that the acts are carried out as well. Maybe even a drug crisis of some sort. Man, this week is crazy. The moon in Cancer in conjunct Pluto and Aquarius and trines Venus and Scorpio simultaneously. This is the collective conscious feeling like the power that the collective mind has is momentarily absent, while simultaneously feeling encouraged by our own deep sense of self-worth. This is like everyone feeling that we are in too deep doo-doo, but The saving grace is the work that we have individually done. This makes me think that the effects of this government shutdown and the EBT and whatever else is occurring this week is starting to really take a toll on our emotional body. So taking a bath to soak away the bad juju may be very beneficial today. Last thing is the moon in conjunct Mars and Saturn, which is an emotional explosion of epic proportions. This in conjunct with Mars and Pluto creates a loose finger of God, as is not exact by degree. But this tells me that our emotions and our family and stability to nurture is the focal point of this aspect. That bath will actually be very useful, as we need to really make sure to take care of our emotions today, as there are 2 blind spots that are activated in regard to our emotions. So it may be a little emotionally heavy today, especially towards the end of the day. So please be aware. Now, rising signs, we're going to go from Aries all the way to Pisces. Okay? Aries, this full moon is occurring in your second house, with things occurring right around the time of the Uranus-Mars opposition. I am thinking that this can be either really good or really bad for your finances, okay? I believe what determines which way this goes is dependent on your own integrity, okay? What have you built, plus the aspects in your chart, right? This applies double to Aries risings, as Saturn in your 12th house is secretively holding you accountable for your beliefs, dreams, and the actions you take because of them. For this week, if you want a free reading, I got you. Just join the congregation by clicking the Discord on my link, and we can set that up. Taurus, this full moon is occurring in your house, Taurus. You are being illuminated. This is a time for you to be seen and to be the center of attention, especially if you have a sun or a rising around 13 degrees, 14, 15, 12, 11, right? That time period. This is a good time to set good intentions for the future. This may feel like a double-edged sword, as Mars and Uranus are opposing each other in your money houses. Okay, this can be something like you are being illuminated while also just losing everything, or you can be illuminated while just gaining everything, right? Just like Aries and the rest of the signs, I think that whichever polarity plays out will be determined by how and if you have been walking in integrity. For this week only, if you want a free reading, I got you. Just click the link in the bio and to go to the Discord. Okay, got you. Gemini, this full moon is occurring in your 12th house, 21. I can see this being a series of important dreams. Okay, it may be an astral projecting experience that you need in order to get a certain message or messages. If you have an addiction or any bad habits that you have not come to terms with or healed, those will slowly come to the forefront, okay? Plus, since this Uranus-Mars opposition is occurring in your house, this addiction or these dreams or secrets may be coming because of an explosion occurring in your relationships. Okay, maybe a losing of a relationship or gaining of one. It can go either way, right? I do think this partially has to do with your integrity and how have you been walking. However, I also think this may be of no fault on your own, since it involves the relationship house. And when other people are involved, that is usually the uncontrollable variable, right? Whatever happens, whether it's good or bad, please do your best to not fall into bad habits. They will be creeping up on you. So meditating, support groups, and taking away your supply in your household are some ways to help avoid the pitfalls, okay? This applies double to Gemini rising. For this week, if you need a free reading, I got you. Click the link in the Discord, okay? Cancer, this full moon is occurring in your 11th house. You may get invited to a friend's gathering where they may be providing hella food and luxury. Beware of the free lunch, though. With Uranus in your 12th and Mars in your 6th, I can see there being a secretive motive or a hidden truth in regards to health. kind of like the food that may cause food poisoning, or that you decided to drink too much and now you have alcohol poisoning or something to that effect, right? Please make sure to stay vigilant with your health and pay attention to your surroundings, okay? If you are out with friends, right, you want to remain safe and not get robbed or an upset stomach because you ate something that had nuts in it on accident, knowing you have a nut allergy. Now, for this week only, if you're trying to get a free reading, I got you. Join the congregation by clicking the Discord link in the bio. Leo, this full moon is occurring in your 10th house. So these are the financial and value houses. Plus, it's in your career and home space. Okay, so your career is being illuminated. It could be a subconscious value proposition that surfaces for you to take action on. It could be you harvesting an emotion about your career that you seeded about 2 weeks ago, and now it's sprouting. I will say though, Uranus is in your 11th and Mars is in your 5th, and since the 11th is the house of career and rewards, it's possible that what you experience from your career actually has a harsher quality to it. It may feel like you did all this for nothing, or for a result that you are not pleased with. Ooh, especially since this full moon is squaring your sign. This goes double for Leo rising. It doesn't have to be negative because it does depend on the aspects you have in your sign and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, like I said, if you need a free reading, click the link in my description and go to the congregation, the Discord link in my bio, and I got you. Virgo, this full moon is occurring in your 9th house. I can see you looking to travel or go to school or become a teacher or publish a book. I will say that it does look like your career or something at home may get in the way of that. Maybe an argument causes you to not go do the thing. Maybe it's a family member who does not agree with your plans and is causing some issues to do the thing. I will say that whatever it is, make sure to take precaution in doing the thing, right? Check, double check, triple check, quadruple check if you have everything. The time things are supposed to start, your check-in time, all the pages are edited correctly, etc. For this week, like I said to other signs, if you want a free reading, I got you. Just join the congregation by clicking the Discord link in my bio. Libra, this full moon is occurring in your 8th house. This seems to be a very transformative time for you, Libra, especially in finances. This could be because your philosophy about money or about your own self-truth has changed or is changing, and that generated the energy needed to expand your finances. Potentially it's because you learned a new skill, and that skill is increasing your value to the market. It feels like something is dying for something new to show up, right? For this week only, if you're trying to get a free reading, I got you. Just join the congregation by clicking the Discord link in my bio. Scorpio, this full moon is occurring in your 7th house. Your relationships are being brought up to your attention, y'all. You may feel something shifting, and it may be a byproduct or a cause of your finances. Okay? Investments or how you view yourself. It feels like something is about to be exposed to you through other people, right? Maybe someone tells you about your spending habits, and now you have to decide to shift them or not. Excuse me. You could be shining so bright that someone wants to try and take away something that you own, which is interesting. Keep your street smarts about you, Scorpio. Stay dangerous out there. With the sun in your sign and all this energy in your financial houses, people may want to try you. Okay? For this week only, if you want a free reading, I got you. So this is a good week to get a free reading for y'all, man. Just join the congregation by clicking the Discord link in my bio. Sagittarius, this full moon is occurring in your 6th house. Your lifestyle habits, your health are being illuminated, potentially by way of dreams or synchronicities. I think that you are going to be the one who is causing the chaos, Sag, to be honest. With Mars and Mercury in your sign, you have a lot to say, and you don't care about how it comes across and what you have to do to say it. It just is what it is. I want you to be wise about what you say to people, as your words can really start wars right now. Okay, like seriously, especially if you are Sag rising or your sun is in Sag close to 0 to 8 degrees, right? If you're Sag moon, you're going to feel it more so than be aware or experience it. This is a good time to get a reading for y'all, Sag. If it's a free reading, just go to the Discord link in my bio and click it, and you get a free reading, right? Join the congregation. Capricorn, this full moon is occurring in your 5th house. You may be having some good and stable fun here. I would say, though, even though it may be stable or perceivably slow fun, there is the potential for you to experience some unexpected health or lifestyle change coming from this fun you are having. Pay attention to your dreams and the synchronicities you experience, as these can give you more insight on what to look for and what the truth is. For this week only, if you're trying to get a free reading, I got you. Just join the congregation by clicking the Discord link in my bio. Aquarius, this full moon is occurring in your 4th house. Your home life, family, and legacy is being illuminated. Now, I actually kind of like this aspect for you, Aquarius, as the 4th house is Cancer's house, and the moon rules Cancer. Plus, the moon likes being in Taurus. So it's like a double positive whammy, maybe even a triple positive whammy. It feels like a monthly figure is going to come around and bring you some gifts or take you out to a luxury place. And shortly after, you may be experiencing an upgrade to your career as well. Now, with this full moon, this full moon is squaring your sign. So there may be a little bit of harshness or tension or challenge mixed in there. But I'm not mad at the transit for you, right? It will add. I will add, though, that this is dependent on your own personal integrity and if you have been walking in it. Now, no one can answer that but you, right? To get a free reading from me this week only, click the link in my description to join the congregation. Join the Discord, and I got you. Pisces, this full moon is occurring in your 3rd house. I think you are about to travel somewhere to learn something or to gain a skill. Potentially, you have not thought about it, but this full moon brings it to your attention. This aspect is a sextile to your sign, so it will be something you will have to actively work with. With Uranus in your 4th and Mars and Mercury in your 10th, this could be your job giving you some news or sending you somewhere to get educated on how to perform the job better. Your home space right now could be in a weird spot as well. It may feel like nervous electricity flowing within the environment. I will say, though, Pisces, that the work environment may start to feel like a war zone right now. Okay, people might start getting more aggressive and annoying. So if this happens, please don't be surprised, right? Just like the other signs, if you're trying to get a free reading, I'm doing free readings all this week. Just join the congregation by clicking the Discord link in my bio. Now, in conclusion, this week is a motherfucker. I am a little bit not worried, but like concerned, fabulously concerned about what the fuck is about to happen this week, because I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that all this energy in the sky is very heavily intense with war propaganda and or actual physical conflict, and with it coinciding with the EBT cards and all these layoffs, it's looking like and feeling like this is really the week that things turn left. We won't know until it happens. However, that's what it kind of seems like. For those of you who stay to the end, thank you. Please join the congregation by clicking the Discord link in my bio If you're on YouTube, it'll be down in the description below. And I appreciate all you guys for joining, commenting, liking, and sharing. Please keep your head on a swivel this week. Protect yourselves, but also try not to be the one who goes out and does the smacking. Right? We want to be more gray man this week, rather than the tactical looking person. Right? That being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Peace out.